What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superhero Piccolo. And so here we have the Superhero Piccolo posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Piccolo does come with 3 different head sculpts. We do get the smirking head, which he has on him right now. We do get a teeth gritting head, which looks really good. And then we do get a yelling head. He also does come with a pair of fists, a pair of clawing hands, a pair of splayed open hands, and then a right hand for using the special beam cannon. Other than that, Piccolo here doesn't come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Piccolo. And so here we have a closer look at Piccolo, and I have to say that this is a really good figure, and I think it's a much needed improvement over the version 2 Piccolo that we got. Not saying that was a bad figure, but things about that figure were kind of off. I do like the fact that on this one they did do a black slit on his mouth instead of a red slit. I have no idea why they put a red slit on the Proud Namekian version, but yeah, it really does do a world of difference when it's a black slit. It looks much better. Really liking the way his head looks. They did a really good job capturing the look of Piccolo from the superhero movie. One thing that I've noticed is that his head, his antenna, his neck, and his body all seem to be 4 different shades of green now. Part of the reason is this is a softer plastic, this is molded, that's molded, and this is painted. Under normal lights, it doesn't look as noticeable. Of course, the antennae are going to be noticeable because those are softer plastic, but everything else matches better. It's just under my harsh lights that kind of shows that these are 4 different shades of plastic. Like I said, under normal lights, you won't notice anything. Like I said, the faces are really good on this Piccolo. I don't know which is my favorite. I think it's either going to be this one or this yelling head. They all look really nice, and they do look like Piccolo from the anime. Having a look at his outfit, you can see that he is wearing his purple gi, which looks really nice. And I do like the fact that it's a deeper cut here. On the Proud Namekian, they kind of did a shallow cut, which that's not really how Piccolo does, or Piccolo's gi looks. It does look really nice here, and they did add a little bit of his abdomen right there, as you can see. So that's a really nice touch, and I like the musculature here. One little hidden feature on this Piccolo is you can see that there's a line right here on his back, and if you actually pull this off, you can actually attach the Proud Namekian cape onto this Piccolo, which maybe down the road we'll see a cape for this Piccolo. Maybe with the release of Orange Piccolo we'll get a cape. But yeah, really interesting that they gave us that feature, which makes me think that either the Ultimate Gohan's cape will fit on him, or we're going to get a cape specific for this Piccolo. Still looks really good, and I do like it. I do like the coloration on his arms. I know a lot of people prefer the pink, but this is accurate to the superhero movie. We had more of a yellowish beige to his arms. And one thing to note is that his arms actually look different than they normally do, because he doesn't have this pattern right here on the back or on the side like he normally would. And again, that's just how he was in the movie. They only had him with these lines right here in the front. On the back, it was all green. I know Piccolo really should have like 2 of these on each side of his bicep. But again, it's accurate to the source material. And I do like the fact that his comes down almost like wristbands. Right now I do have them with the fists, as you can see, and they did sculpt and paint the nails, so that looks good. As with most movies, Piccolo here has a red belt. Does he have a red belt in the... No, he has a blue belt in most movies. I think this was the first movie that he has a red belt. Unless I'm wrong, but most movies... I think most movies have him with a red belt, so this continues the trend, because anime Piccolo has a blue belt, I believe. But yeah, I'm getting myself mixed up between anime and manga Piccolo, but it does look good. The coloration on it is very nice, and there is a wash effect into it. I like the gi right here on his pants. It's the same shade of purple all throughout, so there's no miscoloration. One issue I do have, it's not a big deal, but it is something to note, is that the ankles on my Piccolo, they look a little bit different. That's because on his right ankle, they kind of glued it in the wrong way. That should be facing the front, and this should be facing the back, as you can see right here. It's not a big deal. It's something that you're never going to notice unless you really point it out, but yeah, that is something to note on mine. And then he does have rounded shoes, which is kind of off-putting. Piccolo normally has pointy shoes, and this is kind of jarring. If you really wanted to, you could find a mod to give him the proud Namekian feet, but I'm not going to go to that extreme. I think the figure looks good as is, and I think the proportions look a lot better than that proud Namekian version. So, with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Piccolo compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Piccolo posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Piccolo posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure in a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Piccolo posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the superhero Piccolo posed next to the SH Figuarts Proud Namekian Piccolo. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Piccolo's articulation. He does have your standard SH Figuarts Dragon Ball hinge here at the neck, which does look up really nicely. He can look down, and he gets a little bit of head tilt. You do have to situate that joint to the side just so it does get side to side movement, but overall I do like the setup and it does work. He has another ball joint at the base of his neck, which does let him look up and down even better, and of course head swivel works fine. He does have a butterfly joint here at the shoulder. Now, it's the same issue I have with Goku. His arm does swing out a little bit too much. They didn't cut enough from his chest to make that look a little bit natural, but he has a green inner working piece, and I don't think that works. I think it should have been purple, or at least continue the sleeve out a little bit more on the torso and leave this off. That would have made it look okay, but yeah, that is the Goku issue that we've seen for years now. As far as outward mobility, his arm does go out to the side, does go all the way around, no problem. He does have a bicep swivel here, a double bend here at his elbow, working really nicely, a ball hinge at the wrist, which does provide in and out or up and down movement, and of course rotates on that pin. He has a ball joint here at the torso, which does move left and right, forward and back. It might be a ball hinge. Let's see if I can yeah, it might be a ball hinge because I can lift his torso up and it does move forward really nicely. So yeah, that might be a ball hinge. It does rotate a little bit. We have rotation at the waist as well as a second. I want to say it's a ball hinge like Vegeta, so it moves forward and back. Gives you some slight pivot, so it does work nicely. Legs do kick forward to about right there. Kick back to about right there. Out to the side. Ooh, Piccolo goes out very far. Let's see. Yeah, he gives us even better than Karate Kid kicks, so that works really nicely. We have a thigh swivel up high. Double bend here at the knee, only going to about right there. His pants are a little bit baggy. Then we do have a double ball joint in the ankle. I already took his feet off just so I can see what's going on in there, but it's a double ball joint, so it does pivot side to side, forward and back slightly, as well as rotates. And then we do get a very generous toe hinge. So Piccolo here has some pretty good articulation, and it works a lot better than the proud Namekian version, so I do like that. So with everything out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed and ready for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superhero Piccolo pose for my final thoughts, and overall, really enjoying this figure. I think he's much better than both Goku and Vegeta. The fact that it is a Piccolo figure is already a high point, seeing as how we don't really get too many Piccolo figures. We've only gotten 3 in the past, really. We had version 1, version 2, and then now we have the superhero version, which I think is a really good version of Piccolo. Yes, he's not accurate to the anime color scheme where his little padding is this beige color instead of pink, but again, he is accurate to the source material, which is the movie, so I gotta give Bandai props there on making him accurate to that. As far as his accessories goes, he is rather light on accessories, only getting 3 different head sculpts, 3 pairs of hands, and his special beam cannon hand. I think it's about time we start including effect pieces for Piccolo. I would have loved to see a special beam cannon charge effect. effect, or at least a special beam cannon to have with Piccolo. Seeing as how this is a brand new figure, he really doesn't share any parts with the Proud Namekian version, so if they were going to go all out on this figure, why didn't they include more accessories? I don't know. It is a little bit strange that he has the same ports on his back for a cape, which leads me to believe that this Piccolo will get a cape at some point in the future, either with the Orange Piccolo or maybe even Cell Max. That could be a possibility, but overall, still liking the way this Piccolo came out. If you are looking for this Piccolo, he is available on sites like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth at the time I'm making this video. I did pre-order Piccolo as well as the other 3 characters the day of their pre-order when going up, and it took like 5 hours to check out. But yeah, really glad I do have Piccolo in hand, and I really do like this figure. If you're a fan of the Dragon Ball superhero movie, or just a fan of Piccolo in general, this is a must-have figure, because I think this figure does a lot more things better than the Proud Namekian version, which that was an okay figure. This is a good figure. So yes, if you want a good Piccolo in your collection, definitely pick this figure up, and he will run you about $48, which he's a little bit more pricey than Goku and Vegeta, but he's still underneath the sale price for the Proud Namekian. I think Proud Namekian was like 60 bucks. This one is going to run you under 50 as well. So yes, if you can pick him up, definitely do so. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other SH Figuarts and Dragon Ball videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.